Okay, it's day two. I look sick and pale, I know. But it's not about sick and pale. It's when we go to Bahrain. आज ईद है finally and कुछ around 2 hours में हम निकलने वाले हैं. Yes, the clothes are laid out. इसके अंदर shoes है, ये पानी है, इसमें थोड़ा सा stuff है. तो yes, something else also. वो आलू, वहाँ पे आलू पराठा है, which is for Renal. मेरे लिए पास्ता है जो मैंने अभी गर्म किया है. And yeah, let's get started. It's morning. In today's world, we're bombarded with distractions. Your ability to. So that is the state of how my dressing table looks like. थोड़ा सा mess up है, but focus. Yeah. So ready हूँ मैं बहरीन आपके लिए. So let's get started. കൈ മാറ്റ് വല്ലാത്ത തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്. Hello, can you see me? Can you see me? So open the door. It's bright sunlight now and it's time to go. As much as my excitement was high, so was the scorching heat of the sun. So once I opened the car door, God, and it was like stepping onto hot coals and sitting on them, literally sitting on them. However, we turned on the AC to the maximum, well, and just drove on. So we are traveling not alone. We're traveling with two other families. So there's just three of us, three families who are now going to Bahrain together. Now, these are people that my husband knows and works with them in his company, in a company. So we are traveling. So the plan is we will travel to one of the families, knock our cars, get our luggage, and then we'll transfer to their carpool and then drive forward. Excited to see it. So we're finally trying to find their house now. So once that is done, we were at the toll. So this is the toll. This was a beautiful family with a small little child called Reuben. Now he's the naughtiest boy that I've ever heard of. However, he was not naughty at all. He was quiet, he was calm, and he was scared. Scared to the point that his parents used to tell him that if you do not eat your chapati, if you do not eat your morning breakfast, then I'm going to call the cops. And I played along. I was like, okay, here I am. I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to call the police and tell them that you were a bad boy and you did not eat your chapati. So this is the reason why he's not even sitting on the car, because, well, he's scared that I will call somebody or harm him. And I feel sorry for that. I really, really do. So I looked the other way. There was the sea. There was some pathway on the sea, I think, made of stones and sand. Seas are my favorite places. Beaches are my favorite places, and I'm so glad that there is this road connecting to Bahrain, and which makes it easier, so we don't have to use air travel. We can actually take the car, just drive to Bahrain. As I was looking outside, I was also trying to find some spots, let's say, in Saudi, because every single time I go to Khobar Cornish, there in the far distance, there used to be like lights, and I used to be told that that is Bahrain. The place with so much lights at a distance is Bahrain. So I was wondering if I can be on the Bahrainian beach and look back at the Khobar Cornish. Hopefully, let's see. Now this is still one chapati that Ruben has not etten. So I'm trying to be his friend, but he's not complying at all. He's still at this corner. So I look back to the sea. Well, What else? And it's beautiful, mesmerizing. The sky is blue. For the weather, well, I wish you could feel the warmth. It was warm to the maximum, warm to a point that it was scalding, scorching, hot. And I was wondering whether we were sane enough and we decided that we want to travel to Bahrain during this time. We did have the Eid vacation. By the way, this is Eid today. And maybe one of the reasons why the road is not as crowded. And maybe we did not find so much traffic at the toll. Here you see there's Bahrain at a distance. Let me zoom in. This is probably the place where we will be issued our exit from Saudi and we can finally go to Bahrain. So there was a little bit of a waiting period over here because we did not take our visas online. In fact, we thought about taking visa on arrival, so we had to wait. And later on we drove and on to, and we were very happy, by the way, because, well, this means that on the passport it's finally saying that I'm going to Bahrain. And I was super excited because I assume that there is going to be a stamp on my passport to show to the world that I've been to Bahrain. But when I finally did get my passport, I was sad because I had a lot of because I had a Saudi stamps or India stamps, but I did not have any Bahrainian stamp. Instead, I was issued a paper, electronic, a paper slip, and well, they told me that things are now more digital. Well, fine, but still, I do miss the stamps. Any which ways, the bunny, the little brown lamb that you see hanging on the rear mirror is Reuben's little toy. It's very cute. And you can see its eyes closing and opening as the light hits on it in different angles. So this was very cute. So Reuben has cornered himself, and there is no way in which he is becoming my friend, and I feel sorry for playing along and scaring him. Here you see there's this Bahrainian emblem, red, white, the heart. Maybe it's the heart, or is it the shield? Don't know. So this is an appam that his mom made. It was delicious. It was everything Kerala like. It had coconut, it had sweetness, it has rice flour, and then we finally stopped by a mosque on the way where we used the washroom, washed our faces, freshened ourselves up, and here I am looking at the passport. All these stamps that you see are from either India or Saudi, and that is a slip that I have. So we went back to the causeway, the road that is that links Saudi to Bahrain by sea. And there was a prayer in my heart that we would be safe amidst all the ongoing tensions, and that the shops will be open even though it was Eid. There will be places where we could visit. So there was a lot of videos that we had seen before we started our travel, places we could visit in Bahrain. I was hoping that we could actually do that. And yes, the little toy. And here you can see Bahrain from a distance. Getting to Bahrain, we were greeted with more trees. It was more lush, it was more green than Saudi. And the thing is, Bahrain wasn't, how do I put it in a way that it doesn't come off wrong? It was green, right? And it almost felt natural. As if it's a place where trees grow, as if it's a place where, greenery loves itself. And we finally reached Bahrain. it just felt a bit like Saudi too. The architecture, the culture, the Arabic style of buildings, all of that was there. However, it was more lighter in its tone, more easier, breezier. There were more trees. And this is a packet of Doritos that we have. Now, the boy who hadn't eaten his chapati is now interested in a slice of cake, which is nice because that means he's getting his nutrition and I'm getting my views from here. So, they were tall buildings, really, really tall ones. And one look at them, and I was like, who is the architect? The city planning was amazing, the architecture was amazing. It's like I've stepped onto a whole new different world. The roads were straight, just like in Saudi. It was a smooth ride. But the buildings, I was craning my neck to see the top floor of the building from the car. And it was beautiful. And we were driving to an aquarium, by the way, which, well, my husband told me it was real, real nice. So at this point in time, I didn't know how nice it was. I was just admiring the architecture. I could just stop the car and just admire the architecture and wonder what were the architects thinking. Because it looks unbelievable. There were curves, they were smooth. Just look at that one. Like a pair of scissors jutting out. It was shining, it was bright. It was architecture in all its glory. So peering out, well, it was beautiful in itself. Very strangely, the roads were not as crowded as I heard that they would normally be. Maybe because it's Eid today, people are at home celebrating with their family and friends, and we are here out in the scorching sun, enjoying our vacation. So that's the Bahrainian flag, the red and the white. And just like we have Zomato and Uber in India, there is this app called Talabat. So that's the driver who is driving. And there's this Bahrainian emblem again, which is beautiful and majestic, by the way. And back again to the lush greenery and the views, beautiful views. Now, looking at the buildings, of course, he said that it will be more beautiful when I will be in a place called Marina Bay, Bahrain Bay. Some bay, right. So here we are here crossing a bridge. Ruben is still looking at me. He still has his doubts, and I'm sorry for that. Bahrain flag again. And we drive on. Drive on, on. I really didn't know the itinerary over here, so I thought maybe we'll drop to the hotel, drop our bags over there, freshen up, and then maybe go somewhere. But no, we finally entered into a mall. I think it's the Marisa Mall, if I'm not wrong. And there was this aquarium at the top floor. And just walking under the skylight, this was beautiful. It was cool inside. Thank God. However, it was powered by the light from the sun. And you can see over there a dolphin, right? A big, big dolphin. Made of metal. And there were also small little structures that I would like you to see later. Now, as you look down from the railing, you can see a tree, an actual tree. And so we visit the Marasi Aquarium. And as my husband and his friends were in queue, I took my own sweet time and actually taking pictures of the aquarium front, which was beautiful. It was like corals, colorful, everything. And there was a little shop selling all the toys and the clothes. I didn't know where to put my phone, so I just put my phone, and here I am in that skirt with all the other girls well posing, because I'm still figuring out how do I take a picture.